What's going on? Welcome to Devine Deck, episode 15. It is September 18th, and the San Diego Padres don't fear the heater, baby. The Pods have 9 games left. White Sox, Dodgers, D-backs. They're currently in a great spot, Measy. They're in a great spot, brother. Mike Devine, mi hermano, how we living, baby?
Doing well. Great series dub. Could have, possibly swept, but we'll take 2 out of 3 against the hottest team on the AL any day of the week. So feeling good about that. Excited to talk some ball and yeah.
Hey, man, that was a fucking massive win. Massive series win. I think it's right now 1A, 1B in the American League is the New York Yankees and the Houston Astros. Astros, I think, have the pitching advantage. I think the Yankees have a better lineup. John Singleton blooped that ball. They scored 2 runs on that. Manny's ball was ripped at 103 miles per hour. We were very, very close to sweeping them. That would mean we were on a 6-game win streak because we took care of business in San Francisco. We were there. We were at that game in SF. I mean, dude, the team is just playing some fucking good baseball at the right time of the year, man. It's September 18th. It is, it's pennant race season, baby. It's a playoff push. Dodgers are playing some fucking scrub central right now. They got the Marlins and they got the Rockies. Hey, man, I'm not even trying to sound facetious. Like, this team is objectively, I think, top 3 in baseball right now. I think the San Diego Padres are the deepest team in baseball. I think with how our starting pitching has been recently, with how our bullpen has been, and with Tatis coming back in fucking bombs, Manny Machado is one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Merrill continues to be a star. I don't really know what there isn't to like. We'll talk about a couple things that we need to improve on. But other than that, Mike, I mean, dude, don't fear the heater. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. Teams have been playing great. Really, it's just been fun to watch. I think we've been scarred so much in the past that
I think that's it.
Yeah, sometimes I'm even just sitting there watching today. It's a 1-run game, and it's like you have the angel and the devil on the shoulder. Like the angel is like, we've been crushing games like this all year, and the devil is like, yeah, but you've never crushed games like this your entire life. Like the team's never been capable of winning back to back to back to back, just close games, hard fought games. I really like the way that today, obviously it's a benefit when Dylan Cease throws, almost a complete game. But I like the way that, Tanner Scott was able to just come in on a day's rest. Like, listen, we have enough in the bullpen, in my opinion, that you can almost utilize Adams, Scott, and Suarez. Shout out Podfathers. You can almost utilize them as a mix and match for 8th and 9th. And then you can utilize Jerry, maybe
Morihone.
I don't think Morihone. You can throw those guys in there in the 7th and just give a little bit of rest. We're overusing those guys a little bit coming into the playoffs. I think, we're playing the White Sox. Earliest weekend clinch is Saturday. Braves are playing. Braves are playing. Who are the Braves playing? The Brewers, or who are they?
I think the Braves this weekend. Let me check their schedule real quick. Braves schedule. They got the Reds tomorrow. They won today, and then they got the Marlins. So
okay. So maybe
that's the thing with baseball, man. And I'm grateful we aren't this team anymore, but we were for majority of our lives. You start playing some of these fucking scrub central teams that are just Cancun on 3, you got to take care of business. Yesterday was a golden opportunity for us to fucking gain a game. Obviously, we didn't, but these aren't gimme games either. Hey, the White Sox have been playing the best baseball of their season, and that's not saying much, but they have been. Got to sweep them, man. Got to win 3. You win 3 games this weekend, you're in the playoffs. Simple as that.
There is no reason on earth that this team should lose a game to the Chicago White Sox. I get they're playing better. They're literally they played the Angels, who are also just playing to try to get a better draft pick or higher odds to get the number 1 pick. It's a mid-off. We're going into this game, this series.
At home, too.
At home, you have to win. Who is it? Is it Martine, Musgrove, and Darvish?
Yeah. I think it goes Martin Musgrove Darvish or Musgrove Martin Darvish.
Perfect. That should be 3 wins. That should be 3 wins. Their offense for the White Sox, Matt. I don't think there's one guy. I don't think Robert is playing right now, is he?
No, he isn't.
Yeah. There's not
No,
one guy on that. There's not one guy on that team with an OPS higher than like 705. I don't even know if there's a guy on the team with an OPS higher than 700. You should not lose a single fucking game.
Handle business this weekend, man. Win some fucking games this weekend. Take it to the White Sox. Pad some fucking stats a little bit. Get going, because guess what, guys? It's a fucking playoff start Monday. We got 3 against LA and 3 against AZ. If the season ended today, we would be playing Arizona in a wild card series in San Diego. There's a genuine possibility that we play them 3 games before and then play them in a series. The Los Angeles Dodgers pitching staff right now is absolutely fucking cooked. We should take the series against LA and we should take the series against AZ. I mean, Mike, fuck it, man. I'm saying it right now. I think there might be 2 teams in baseball better than us. And I think those teams are the Phillies and the Yankees. And I don't think that they're that much better than this team, man. We've been the best team in baseball for 3 months. It's not even, and what you said was completely true, Mike. And we have to get better at this. There's a difference between being cocky, and we have so much anxiety about this team and San Diego sports in general that we got to, and our shout out Alex Spencer, don't fear the heater, baby. Hey, this has been a special season. Regardless of what happens in the future, we can't control that as fans. Hopefully we win the fucking World Series. Regardless of what happens, that doesn't make this season any less special, man. This season has been awesome. Go back to back to back today. You got Machado homers, man. Tatis no hitters. Like, this season has it all, man. It's been fucking incredible. If you were to tell me opening day, I think we lost opening day. You tell me opening day, this is what's going to happen, I would sign up for this shit every day and twice on Sunday, bro. This season's been fucking incredible, Mike. I just don't even know what else to say. I mean, Jackson Merrill's emergence as a legit big leaguer. And not even just like a big leaguer. Like, he's
not even a legit, he's a superstar big leaguer.
Yeah. 21 years old, going to end up with 25 homers, gold glove caliber defense. When Manny Machado's hot, talk about Manny Machado real quick.
Well, I was just gonna say, as a team, one thing we've always said, especially in 2022, when Manny and Tatis was out and Manny was playing, he was going off. We've never seen those 2 guys extremely hot at the same exact time. And right now, we're starting to see, both of them really get on a heater. And there is not a better time for your 2 best players to get on a heater than right before the playoffs. Now, if this was the beginning of the season and say we rip off 12 straight, good, awesome. They're doing it when it matters most, when 100%. The pressure is highest. They're in a wild card race. They know every single game's a playoff game. They're not idiots. If we know it, they know it.
That's true.
And it's just I just feel very, very confident in the way that this team's playing right now. Manny's just been going on a tear, dude. And we've always said when Manny goes, the Padres go.
Simple as that.
And it's just, dude, there was that stat. He has 16 homers in his since July 27th with 51 RBIs. Dude, he has more. This is not to shit on our team or some players on the team. There are a handful of guys who have played every single day this year, and Manny's 48 game season would shit on their year. Like, that is how good he's been since 27th. Like, he is that good that season, if it ended today, is better than the guys who played every single day for us this year, their entire year. That is crazy.
Couldn't agree more, Mike. I am just very proud of this team, man. I want to see. Sorry. I don't have my. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Turn it off for a second, though.
The last 5 games from our starting pitching, man. Like, Cease today was a Xander Bogaerts error away from a complete game shutout against a really good Astros team. Michael King has been a top 5 pitcher in baseball for 4 months. Martin Perez. Guys, AJ Preller cooked, man, this entire year. He's probably going to win Executive of the Year, and he fucking deserves it. Martin Perez came over. We traded some, 17-year-old Dominican kid over there. Best of luck to whoever that is. Martin Perez comes over with like a 6 ERA, 5 ERA. We're like, man, we got some damaged goods. Okay, like him versus Randy Vasquez and Matty Waldron, and we'll see what happens. Martin Perez has like a 2-3 ERA since coming with the Padres. He, every start, gives us at least 5 innings of solid ball, keeps us in the game, something that other pitchers that we were pitching weren't doing. That's massive, dude. Having your 5 in your rotation give quality starts almost every start is massive. Then let's talk about Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish. Both dudes, injuries / restricted lists. They've had a lot of shit this year, right? A lot of shit on their plate. What a better time to have Darvish and Musgrove coming into their own September 18th. Fuck April 18th. Guys, all baseball is getting hot at the right time. That's simple. Like, the Texas Rangers aren't even close to making the playoffs this year. They won a World Series last year. Who'd they play? The D-backs. D-backs won 84 games. Guys, obviously, I would love the division because we get a bye and it guarantees us a homestand and an NLDS. I would love it. And it's still not out of the picture. That being said, guys, no one wants to play the San Diego Padres right now. No one. Oh, you got Dylan Cease game 1. Musgrove, who has like a fucking 1.9 ERA since coming off the IL game 2. Oh, also, Tatis hits a bomb every single game, and Manny Machado has a fucking 1,200 OPS since July. Add on top of that, Jackson Merrill, Donovan Solano. You just got dogs, bro. You got dogs. This team is the Dago dogs that we talked about on the Hog stream all off season. I've never been more. Hey, and like I said before, Mike, hey, whatever happens with this season, God forbid we lose a heartbreaker. I'm going to look back on the 2024 San Diego Padres with nothing but fucking joy and happiness, man. This team is as fun of a sports team you could possibly root for. They don't give up. They come back. They got young guys emerging as stars. They got veterans getting their last leg like a Donovan Solano or a David Peralta, who could have easily been out of the league. They get signed and they put up big ABs consistently for this team, man. It's a fucking beautiful team. Mike Schilt, the Cardinals said, F you, Schilt. You're gone. Look at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are irrelevant since Schilt left. Irrelevant. Nolan Arenado at third base. Hey, buddy, best of luck for your career. Manny Machado is about to fucking, if he had a better 2 months, finish top 3 in MVP. Guys, this team is special as shit. Special, man. And I know we're glazing, but I'm a fucking Krispy Kreme this team. Pause until I just love these boys, man. They're fucking. Hey, chill. But hey, I know I get on those tangents. It's part of the DSG thing. But dude, I am just so grateful and proud of this fucking team, man. We play the Rockies better this season. We're competing for the number 1 seed in all of baseball. I think I genuinely believe it. We've been the best team in baseball in the last 3 months.
No, absolutely. I think, but that's just baseball in itself, is if we play this team better. Listen, I think the team being hot, the bullpen shaped up, Tatis looks healthy. The team seems like they're in a good spot right now.
Let's talk.
But 3 games in the playoffs. If you're in the wild card series, it's a clean slate. Doesn't matter how hot you were to end the year. Dude, if the season ends right now, I know that we play the D-backs. Who would you rather face? Gallen's starting to pick it up. There's the D-backs. Let's use these 3 options, right? The rest of the wild card race. So it would be the D-backs, the Mets, or the Braves. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be either the D-backs or the Mets. Who would you rather face? At home, Petco Park. I'll tell you who I want, just strictly off of vibes and excitement. I want to play the New York Mets. I want to take on the New York Mets. I don't trust their pitching. I don't think their pitching is good. I don't trust their bullpen. They have VAR, and that's what's carrying them to the playoffs. But our team has a lot of VAR too. And listen, I know for a fact, and I will eat my fucking words if I'm wrong, but I know for a fact Their fans do not want to face the Padres. We embarrassed them in 2022 in arguably their best season and their most exciting season. I know that they made the World Series in 2015, but that was their most exciting season in a long time, and we went and just fucking walloped them 2 games out of 3. Easy. It wasn't even a debate in the 3rd game of the series. It was over in the 3rd inning. They brought out Timmy Trumpet in the fucking 7th. We were up 8-0. They don't want to see us, bro.
I will say this, Mike. Great tangent or a great, statement. There's 2 things. One, I think matchup wise, I would rather face the New York Mets. But 2, exactly why what you just brought up, the revenge aspect of it is fucking so obvious. We knock them out in their best season of the year. We were like, hey, like we come through, we fucking ruined their entire thing. The Mets are so excited. They're like, this is a year, man. We're red hot. We won 100 games. Padres come to town. We win that shit. Hey, fucking reverse Uno card, bro. The Mets come to town. They're only in it for revenge, bro. They're only in it for revenge. Like this team, this Mets team, look at their lineup. They're playing with fucking house money. I don't want to play those guys. Hey, what's awesome is we're going to see how we match up against the fucking D-backs. Also, let's look at these schedules real quick. D-backs got 4 against, I'm pretty sure the D-backs schedule is fucking insane, dude. I don't want to face the Braves.
Pretty crazy.
You know why? I don't want to face Chris Sale game 1. I want the Braves
to miss the playoffs.
I'd love the Braves to fucking, take on the Brewers or something or miss the playoffs. I could give 2 fucks. Mike, the D-backs schedule right now, they got 4 against the Brew Crew, 3 against the Giants, and 3 against the Pods. That's not an easy schedule. The Braves.
No, Giants are playing well too. They just, I think, swept the Orioles.
Yeah. I think the Braves schedule, for example, the Braves are banged up. The Braves lineup isn't that great. But
their biggest issue, Matt, it's not the lineup. It's the bullpen. They don't have a bullpen. They're playing fucking Pierce Johnson in the 8th inning, and he gives up 3 runs yesterday against the Reds. This isn't the 2019 San Diego Padres. Get Pierce Johnson off the field.
Hey, I would love, Mike, I'm looking at these teams, man, and I'm looking at the Dodgers rotation. I would love a Rockies series win against the fucking Dodgers somehow this weekend. And the fucking boys, the San Diego's finest sweeps the fucking White Sox, and we make that series against LA for the fucking division. Because guess what? We're the best. Hey, we're better than the Dodgers. We're better than the D-backs. The only team in baseball right now I genuinely think is better than us, possibly the Yanks. Their lineup's deep when healthy. But, dude, it's just the Phillies. And I think the Phillies is a team that has our number. Right now, Mike, if the Phillies get the 1 seed, I think we play them. If we get the 4 or 5 and we win, we play the NLDS against the Phillies. I would love to play the Dodgers instead of the Phillies. I think we're 7-4 against the Dodgers, and their pitching staff is absolutely fucking cooked right now.
So what do you mean? What do you want to get the 6th seed? What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying. I'm like, dude, I want to get a fucking bye, dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the bye is well within reach. I think the division is the fear is that we might get the 3. We might get the 3.
Good point.
If we surpass the Dodgers, that means they've kind of choked a little bit. We're very, we're not catching the Phillies. We're not catching the Phillies. We know that. The Brewers are really hot right now. I don't really see them losing many games to end the season. Listen to the Mets. This is the real kicker. The Mets' final 10 games, Matt. They go, 10 games. Phillies for 4.
I'm going to be at one of those.
Braves for 3, which, by the way, is fucking clutch for us because that means at least one of those fools is losing if, God forbid, we choke against the White Sox. Brewers for 3 to end the season in Milwaukee. The Braves.
That's a great series. Hey, shout out
Atlanta, in Milwaukee, in Atlanta. Those are the last 2 series, 6 on the road. If they make it, we do not want to face the New York Mets because they will have nothing but confidence coming in if they beat the Brewers and the Braves on the road. And then they come to San Diego on the road. That would be a little bit sketchy.
Mees, we take care of business against the White Sox this weekend, and the Marlins take 1 of 3 against the Braves.
We're in.
I think we're in.
We
So
are.
we need to just sweep the White Sox, and then the next week is straight positioning, man. And I want the boys to just fucking get hot and stay hot. Hey, don't fear the heater. I'm very interested which team. I mean, dude, if you don't like, it's September 18th. If you're a baseball fan, man, and you're looking at the AL with like the Tigers coming and all these teams, this is the best time of the year for baseball, man. Last year sucked, dude. When the Padres were out of it, there's nothing worse than playing fucking, uninspired baseball in September because you know that the team's cooked and we're out of it. Being in a hunt, bro, there's no better feeling. You're scoreboard watching. You're rooting for Spencer Steer to hit a bomb against the Braves. Like, dude,
I think it's also Matt. I think it's
feeling. Listen to Petco today, bro. When we went back to back to back, sounded like fucking Coachella.
Yeah. I think the real thing this year too is that it's been the best playoff race between teams that we've seen in a long time. And what's funny is that at the beginning, in the middle of the year, when we were around 37 and 40, we were still well within the playoff hunt. And everyone's like, oh, it's going to be a battle of mid to get to the NL wild card. It's going to be whoever wants it like the most out of the people who want it the least. And then all these teams just went on absolute fucking heaters. And now there might be a team that wins 90 games and misses the playoffs. Like that is, and that's not even, this is in the modern day wild card where there's an extra team and there still might be a team that misses. It has been competitive baseball. It's been fun baseball. It's been a special season. I think, there's a couple teams that probably think that their season's been special as well. I do think, I think that I will be the most disappointed I've ever been in my life if there is a dramatic close to the season, because I genuinely think when you sit down and watch that team, it's like a storybook, bro. They like actually listen. Peter Seidler, rest in peace, passes away. Okay, passes away. The owner, beloved in the city of San Diego. Team wears the Peter patch on their shoulders. They start off a little bit slow, 30 and 40, 37 and 40. All-Star break comes around, rips off an 18-2 streak in 20 games, jumps into, multiple games, double digits above 500. Walk-off hit. Jackson Merrill, home run in the ninth. Jackson Merrill, home run in the ninth. Jackson Merrill, home run in the ninth. Manny Machado, walk-off. Like, I don't know, man. There's just been so many moments that it's almost like something's like magical is happening.
Yeah, I agree.
That if the result isn't winning it all, I think it's something I'll sit down and remember for the rest of my life. Being
100%,
like,
Mike.
damn, I was like, when people are like, that team should have won. If this team doesn't win, until I'm on my deathbed, I'll be saying that team should have won.
Hey.
They have it. They have the special sauce. They have a good bullpen.
Sauce.
They have good starting pitching. They have Tatis, Merrill, Machado. Obviously, Bogart's kind of ass, but he's still there. He's a proven player in the playoffs. They have guys. We have Higgy, who's actually finally giving us production at the catcher spot.
Yeah.
We have guys. The team is built for the postseason. But that doesn't mean you always win.
Yep.
And that's the issue, man. I'm a little bit worried that I was worried before the wild card series in New York.
That's the thing, Mike, not to cut you off. Hey, that's baseball, bro. That's being a fan of your sports team. Bro, you think the fucking Chiefs fans aren't worried before every NFL playoff game? Bro, that's what, I would much rather be worried before a playoff game than watching the Miami Marlins in the playoffs when I'm at the gym, not feeling a fucking thing because my team choked in 2023. Hey, that anxiety you feel, Mike, that feeling, that tingly feeling, bro, that's what being a sports fan is all about, bro. That's what, when we give up fucking 2 runs and you're livid and you're texting your group chat, fuck, God damn it, all this shit. It means you care, bro. It means you care. Hey, when we walk off and you're hugging random people in Devine deck and you're dapping up the ushers and you're buying kids Modelo's, not kids, 21-year-olds Modelo's. It's that energy, bro. It's what being a sports fan is all about. It's a community. This Padres team this season, sellouts on sellouts. You got fucking Tony Hawk throwing out first pitch. You got, all these studs. You got Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I'm a Padres fan. All these people, bro. Hey, this team, Mike, when I was in college, when I graduated college, 2018, we would go to these games with Hunter Renfroe batting third and Will Myers being the only guy that, is ever really any casual baseball fan knows. We would buy tickets for $20 and we'd be sitting behind third base by the third inning. No one would give a fuck. We would get on the Jumbotron. Us and Ryan Cohen were on the Jumbotron every 3 innings. We were like the only fans there. Us and that one dude that goes like, yeah, that guy. What has happened to this organization is unbelievable, especially with those fuckers leaving and going to play football in LA. The fact that the Padres just hunkered down and became the team of San Diego to show, hey, this is a big city. And this city, when you give them something to root for, will root for these guys and they'll come together. Bro, I was down in San Diego 2 weeks ago. We were both. You walk into Board & Brew, you walk into, you're walking in, a Target in Poway. There's Padres gear everywhere. Everybody's rocking the Pods gear. Bro, the city loves the Pods. It's a fucking awesome time to be a fan, man. And I think what I really want to remind the people watching and myself by saying it is you got to appreciate it, man. That fear of like, oh, we're going to blow it. We're going to blow it. That fear, don't let that fear overtake how awesome of a time it is to root for this team. Because guess what, guys? We win the World Series. Even if we win the World Series, in 6 weeks, the season's over. We're going to look back on January 3rd, and we're going to look and we're going to be twiddling our thumbs, watching probably, some college football playoffs, thinking, damn, bro, I can't wait for baseball season. But right now, Mike, bro, we got 2 weeks, a week and a half left of the regular. And if God forbid nothing crazy happens, we got our boys in the playoffs, man. And we got just as good of a fighter chance as anyone else. Sign me up for that every single day, bro. I'm getting hyped even thinking about it right now, bro. Because guess what? Like we said, man, hey, the season's going to end. Hopefully we're the team holding up the trophy. But the season's been special. And if you can't appreciate it, you shouldn't be a fan, man. Because you're just going to be a negative fuck your entire life if you can't appreciate this.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fantastic
it hypes me up,
point.
Man. It hypes me up.
It does. It is, I think, kind of off your point with the World Series, regardless, season's over. The Texas Rangers won last year, and they're asked this year. I bet there's fans that were watching the Texas Rangers last year that probably are sitting there wishing that they appreciated that season a little bit more.
100%.
We are in the midst of the most special baseball we've ever seen this team play. And like, dude, today, back to back to back. That hasn't happened since '97 for the Padres, dude.
Crazy,
I wasn't
bro.
even,
Mike,
I wasn't even fucking born. You're
either in mom's belly or dad's sack during
all
that.
Right, that was foul, dude. That was fucking foul. That was disgusting. But I wasn't born. Is the last time they hit 3 in a row. The last time. And sitting there today, dude, Tatis hits that. Manny golfs one out. And then Solano comes up and crushes one. 99 down the middle. You're just sitting there like, dude, we are going into the bottom of the ninth or top of the ninth. Like, should we pitch Cease? Like, it's a little sketch. Like, he's pitched a lot. Should we put in Tanner Scott to close? They hit 3 home runs, and you're like, all right, fuck it. Send him out there. Like, there's no, the team is just, they live up to the fucking moment, dude. They live up to the moment. And
couldn't agree more.
Petco Park is sold the fuck out every single day. It is a Wednesday baseball game at 3:40 p.m. People have work. It's
people have jobs.
San Diego. It's hard to fucking get down there sometimes, especially with traffic. And it's a sold-out crowd, packed house with 3:40 left or 3:40 in the afternoon.
Bro, the White Sox are coming to town this weekend. They're going to be fucking shell-shocked, bro. They're going to be like, I haven't seen this many people in my life,
dude,
bro.
The real thing is just the reason we need to just lock down the 4. I need
Echo, I got to be home
dude.
for that.
We're gonna be there. I am like, I remember being at the NLCS and waving those towels and like sitting there, and they're doing all the intros, the flyover.
We need
it.
it
Was
bro.
fucking special, dude.
That shit's hyping me up.
It just literally like you felt like you were floating. Sure, we probably had a couple cervezas before,
A couple,
but
yeah.
It
Bump
did
those
feel like
numbers
you
up.
were floating. It felt like you were floating, watching them run out on the field. And then you know what we do? We win a 2-1 game against the Dodgers. In downtown afterwards was the most electric shit.
And the night after,
dude. And then the night after, unfortunately, we had to fly back. We were going to a work trip, but the night after, we're at the bar in San Francisco watching the game. This dude Matt almost bulldozed our friend Marcus, almost killed him after we won. After Crone after Crone hit that, he almost killed Marcus. That was how exciting it was. And Matt, that team on 2022, that team was not as good as it is right now.
It's not even close.
And you know what we did? We probably should have made the World Series that year if we had a couple starting pitchers that didn't choke and suck, a fat one like Manaya.
I need
it.
Give me Sean Manaya.
He's either gonna get shelled. Or he's going 9 innings, no hits. It's one or the other. And I want it. Either way, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Let's say we end with the 4. Most entertaining series by far, Mets. Hilarious, because we'd have played them 3 games before, D-backs. Team I really don't want to face because they truly have nothing to lose because half their team's injured is the Braves. I need the Braves out of it. Get the Braves out of it because Chris Sale in a playoff series, do not want to face that guy.
I don't think the Braves have enough
time
to – I don't think they have enough time to get into a 5, to be honest. I think
that's
the
a good point.
I think it's a little too tight for them to – they play the Mets 3 games. Now, if they shit on the Mets, maybe they make it happen. I think probably realistically we're going to be playing the D-backs is what I think.
I think so too.
And I think we are the D-backs are sketchy, man. They're sketchy. We're better than them. Don't get me wrong. Our team is better than the D-backs. They do, but they've kind of cooled off a little bit. They were on an insane heater, bro. Like they were hitting home run after home run after home run after home run. The talent on their roster is not necessarily the same as the talent on the Padres roster. That being said, they know how to win in the playoffs. They went on a run last year. Their team was special, and they kept it rolling this year. They went on a hot streak. It is 2 high-powered West Coast teams going head-to-head. One of them is going to move on. I don't know which one it's going to be. Obviously, I think we're winning back-to-back games and sending them home, especially if it's at home. And we're going – listen, it would be what? Zach Gallen versus
so I was gonna say
Cease?
right now. We're going to go over right now. Let's say we're the 4 seed. This is the lineup / starting pitchers of the we're going to start with the D-backs, then we're going to go to the Mets, and then we're going to go to the Braves. And you at home, comment, hit us up what you think, who you'd like to play. And this is September 18th. Currently, we are 2.5 games up on the 4th seed. And I'm pretty sure we're with the tiebreaker, 5 games up on the Braves, and there's only 9 games to go. So
we are 4.5 up on the Braves. We've played 1 more game than them. We essentially, they would have to go 10-0, and we would only have to win if we won 5 more games and they went 10-0, we would still beat them.
Okay, perfect. So right now, I'm looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks team. They started, so most likely they would start Zach Gallen, game 1. Then they would go, he hasn't been great this year. I would say they probably go Merrill Kelly, but they could go Brandon Pfaadt, game 2. Whoever they don't start there, they'll probably go with the other guy. They also have Jordan Montgomery and Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo Rodriguez, best start of the season this year. Obviously, it was against the Rockies. Doesn't really matter. Jordan Montgomery's been a bum. This is their lineup. Today, they had Ketel Marte batting first, one of the best players in the National League. Corbin Carroll, who has been on a Manny Machado-esque heater since August. He's been great. Randall Grichuk, who mashes lefties, where in our starting rotation, he probably won't be playing. Jock Peterson will probably be playing instead of him. They platoon. Christian Walker, Pavin Smith, who's been red hot. Gino Suarez, who hits nukes. Gabby Moreno, Jake McCarthy, and Perdomo. The thing about that lineup, man,
It's pretty good.
it's deep and they fucking hit bombs, dude. They hit bombs. That's a lineup I would not. And then let's look at the Mets lineup today. And the Mets took care of business against the Nats. The Mets take care of business against bad teams. We're gonna see the one thing about the Mets before I go into their lineup. We're gonna see who the Mets are in the next 10 games. They're either gonna ball out against the Phillies, Braves, and Brewers, or they're gonna be out of it. And if they ball out, hey man, good for them. We'll fucking see you in San Diego. This was their lineup today, Mike. They got oh my God, Jose Iglesias batting first, Marte second, Nimmo third. This is without Francisco Lindor, who's been hurt. He'll be playing in the playoffs most likely. Pete Alonso batting fourth, Tyrone Taylor, Vientos, Alvarez, Harrison Bader, and then Luis Acuna, who would be replaced for Francisco Lindor. They would have Sean Manaea starting game 1 and Luis Severino starting game 2. And then the Braves, I'm not going to talk about them. We'll do a podcast before, but we'd have to face Chris Sale and Max Fried.
And Reynaldo Lopez, or is he hurt?
No, he's hurt. So I don't want to play the Braves. I'd much rather.
I don't want to play them either. Here, let me give you why. Matt. I'm looking at the standings right now, and I wanted to see how are these teams against teams that are good.
Yeah.
How do they fare against teams with 500 records or better? Dodgers, 49-40 against 500. The Pods, we are 47-41. D-backs are 41-45 versus teams above 500. The New York Mets are 42-41. The Atlanta Braves are 48-39 against teams above 500. Braves play up to the teams they play.
Yeah.
They suck against bad teams. We've seen it. That's why we've kind of picked up some games on them because they've lost some fluke games against bad teams. They have a tough stretch coming up to end the season, so they're going to have to play well. They're going to have to put that. They're going to have to put that record up against what it looks like right now. I think the Braves are the team we don't want to play. I think for me, it goes number 1, Braves, just based off pitching. Their pitching's better than the other teams.
Yeah,
it is. It's better than the Mets. It's better than the D-backs. It just truly is. So it goes Braves number 1. I think the D-backs are number 2 on teams I don't want to play. I would rather play the Mets. I don't think the Mets bullpen is reliable. I think Lindor is a question mark right now. He's got a back issue. No one knows if he's actually going to play.
I completely agree.
Don't get me wrong. If the playoffs come around and they make it, I bet he's in the lineup, but he's probably not 100%. That's not saying that
they got the season series against us, though. And the wins we did have, one of them, they almost just really beat our ass in the season series. Thank God for that Merrill comeback. But the Mets kind of had our number this year.
Yeah, they did. But also, what was the season series in 2021 or 2022? Mets Padres 2022. Let me take a look at it.
Hey, man, any of these teams, I'm taking the Pods, and we'll be favored against any of these teams, in my opinion. If we get, and so let's touch on this real quick, and then we're going to call it an app. 2 things. 1, what do you do how do you get Crone hot? He has been really bad lately. And he keeps moving down in the lineup, and we really need his bat to be at least give us a competitive AB. Xander obviously hasn't been great this year, but at least Xander can come through. Crony is just, I don't remember the last time he had a homer. He's been in a fucking crazy slump. How do you get Cronenworth hot? Is there any?
I know you said we've been moving him down the lineup. I think at this point, you kind of got to ride it out.
Yeah.
Kimmy's out, so it's not something that you can say, hey, we'll, maybe platoon Crone and Solano at first base. We need his glove in the lineup, so he's going to play second base. And who's the alternative option?
Yeah, Wade or McCoy, which we're not going to.
Now, with that being said, him and Xander back to back is not going to work, man. You got to maybe switch it up and go hey, we'll hit Xander 6th and Crone 8th. Or Xander 6th and Crone 9th. You just can't have back-to-back double play merchants if a guy like Merrill gets on at the 5th hole. That is how you lose games in the playoffs, dude. But that's all they do. They just ground into double plays.
You lead the league in double plays, bro. It's Xander and Jake. Hey, man.
Now, here's actually something we could do.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I just thought about this, and it is It depends on if we're willing to sacrifice defense for offense. And if we are, then you either go Solano at first base, Arise at second, or Solano at second, Arise at first. And that's really, dude, listen, some of those plays Crone's made, the one thing I will never get on Crone about is he is by far, outside of Kimmy, the best defender in the infield
Machado.
that we have. Dude, I honestly am not kidding. The way that Crone plays any position, the utility aspect of it, I think his ability to make all those plays, you could put him anywhere on the field and he will make a good play.
I agree with that.
Now, we do have a blessing of fucking riches because we have Machado, Tatis, gold gloves, platinum gloves.
Merrill's been great.
Kimmy, play. Our defense is Xander's playing a great shortstop right now.
Our team's fucking good.
So, but his glove is valuable, especially on the right side of the infield. We don't have anybody that can really make an impact defensively. So if somebody's just lefties are hammering ground balls to the right side and it's Solano and Arise.
Yeah, can't have that.
If that's in the middle of them, it's a single to Tatis every single time.
Yeah, I agree.
So are you willing to sacrifice that in a game where we're facing a lefty and Crone's playing? I don't know, man. It's the playoffs. Are you willing to sacrifice a guy like Barrels coming up against a lefty? We sit Arise sometimes when they're playing lefties. We are sitting the wrong guy when they're playing lefties. Jake Cronenworth can hit righties. He cannot hit lefties. And it's no fault of his. But if you're in the playoffs and we're facing a lefty, say we're playing the Mets and they pitch David Peterson and Manaya, are we willing to take 6 free outs?
For his defense.
For his defense, are we willing to? Or do you trust a guy like Solano to go up there and put up some competitive ABs?
I mean, obviously with the bat, but like it's just the...
You also have him as a defensive replacement. So if one of those guys gets taken out, you can easily put Crone in there against a reliever. Like it gives you more options. I just don't know if you can trust Crone in the lineup right now against a lefty in the playoffs. It's just
Schultz gonna trust him regardless.
Listen, he's the manager. I love Jay Cronenworth. I think he's a great dude, a great Padre. He's came through a bunch in the past.
Probably biggest hit of our.
I just think right now it's like it's the toughest time. He started the season hot, by the way.
It's
a hard time. It's a hard time to start slumping.
Hot though.
That's dude. At this point, I think it's just
nothing that would get me more hyped. Nothing would get me more hyped
now
than him just getting. Hey, if there's a series to get hot,
I know you're about. That's not.
I was gonna say, hey, Jakey Cronenworth, I know you're watching. Probably not. If there's a series to get hot, Papa. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Chicago White Sox. Get that fucking confidence up, baby. We need you. If Crony, Mike, this lineup, if Crony can just be a 750 OPS kind of guy, can give us, some sort of power, man, we are deep.
You went different than where I was going.
What are you going to say?
What I was going is, what if Crony... Now, think back to 2022.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a certain someone on the team that year that everyone didn't want to play, we probably wouldn't have made it past the wild card round. And that someone is Trent Grisham.
That's a great point.
What if Jake Cronenworth just turns it on? High pressure player. He's done it in the past. He's played well in the playoffs, both in 2020, fluke ass year, but also in 2022, he's played well. Pressure makes people perform.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Dude, I don't know, man. What if he just goes on a heater when the playoffs start? And that's, what? That's the take I'm going into the playoffs with.
Yes.
We don't have to do anything about Jake Cronenworth. Jake Cronenworth is going to come through and have a Trent Grisham run in the playoffs. He's going to have another clutch-ass hit like he does for the San Diego Padres in the playoffs. And you know what's going to happen? Jake Cronenworth is your World Series MVP.
I love it, man. Last thing I'm going to say before we call it a nap, 45 minutes of just fucking pure ball talk. That's all you get from these brothers. Last thing I'm going to say, Meezy. You are Mike Schilt, Ruben Niebla. You're going over game plan. We got a 3-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Who's your game 1 starter? Let's say it goes 3 games. Who's your game 1, game 2, and game 3? And what are you doing pen-wise?
Dude, that's such a tough question.
I got it.
It's really such a tough question because the way that I think of this season, right? I think Cease is a lock, obviously, for the playoff rotation.
I think it's game one.
I think Musgrove is obviously a lock
Game
for
two.
the playoff rotation. And then it comes down to Mike King and Yu Darvish. And if you think about it, Yu Darvish has pitched in the playoffs before, started games. He's won games for us in the playoffs. We know what he can do. And the thing about Yu Darvish in the playoffs is outside of the Astros cheating scandal, he's very consistent. He keeps you in baseball games. So the issue comes down to Mike King has absolutely done nothing but succeed and earned his spot to pitch in the playoffs as a starter for the San Diego Padres. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I have a feeling.
Let me hear it. I think Mike King deserves it, dude. He needs to pitch. He's our nastiest pitcher.
I think what's going to happen is this, Meg. I think we got Dylan Cease game one. Hopefully Cease just shoves and we win game one, and then Musgrove shoves and we win game two, and then we go to the NLDS. But what I have Michael King as is, hey, man, we're playing good teams in the playoffs. Let's say Cease doesn't have his best stuff game one. I got Mikey King in my bullpen, and if we need a fucker that goes in and gives me 3, like a Brian Hoeing, how he's been this year, or like what Nick Martinez was, hey, if Cease doesn't have it and he's got 80 pitches and we're 3 2/3 in, you put Michael King in for 3 innings. You shorten that game. And guess what, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike King was a reliever with the Yankees. That's what he did.
I know.
And guess what? He throws 3 innings on Monday. We play Wednesday. Throw him again. Mike King's that type of.
I just don't. I know he's a dog like that. I just don't know if a guy who has been a starter all year, if you immediately throw him into a reliever's role.
I think he's that much of a dog, bro.
Yeah, but your whole regimen is different. Your whole regimen is different, though. Like Mike King wakes up today or yesterday and he knows I'm pitching tonight.
Well, they're telling him right now.
Yeah, they're telling him. I think the whole team knows exactly what the staff is going to look like. I think Yu Darvish was on the outs looking in before he had the start he had a couple days ago.
And he's still but he's in LA. Or no, he's playing
I think really it depends on if you gets rocked one of these last games of the season, I think they go Mike King. If you continues to shove the last few games of the season, I think they'll go with you and then do what you're saying with Mike King in the pen. But I think, as you said, ideally you win game 1 and game 2, and then you can throw all 4 in the NLDS.
Yeah. I would not. Hey, with that rotation, brother, and that pen with just some fucking dogs.
Here's also a thing, Matt. How nice is it that we have options that we're like, we might not be able to pitch this great starter because this great starter is
shout out Preller, bro. Best year of his fucking life.
We had no one in 2022. We were like, all right, I guess it's either Manny or Clevenger about to go out there and get dicked on. Like we had nothing. Nothing.
No one, bro. We had no one.
That's why I feel like we're better set up this season because we just have more. We have depth.
Who before we end this episode, which team going into the playoffs, knock on wood, it's September 18th, is hotter and has more depth? We're worried about who we're going to play. Arise, Solano, Crone. We're not playing the fucking Luis Angel Acuñas. We're not playing Jose Iglesias. Isn't been first for us. Guys, this team is fucking special. We got to lock in, take care of business against the White Sox, get us in the playoffs, and we'll record another episode, and we're fucking rolling, baby. Hey, Mike Devine, great app. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit us up. Possible DSG event if we host. Stay tuned for that. Go Pods, baby.